know, when I was in the garden and I spotted Peppa Pig sitting in a tree, it made me think of a story called Winter Bear. And I'm going to share that with you now. We're learning today in science about why we wear layers. I've got my scarf on and my coat on, and I've got a big, thick jumper on. And today we're learning about why that might be. We don't do that in the summer, but we do that in the winter. And can you see in this picture? They're looking to get ready for their walk. I can see lots of warm things going on. Where's my boot? Where's my jersey? Where's my shoe? Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. As you know, when you walk in the winter, wherever you go, you must put something on. So 3 set off in the cold, still air, with an apple or two and plenty to wear. And one jumped high and one jumped low, and one walked backwards as far as he could go. It's a bit tricky on an iPad, but can you see the picture? There he is. I want you to look very, very carefully at the tree in the background. Can you describe it? Either to yourself, have a little think, or to somebody sitting next to you. What do you notice about that tree? How do we know from this picture that this season is winter? And I hope you said it's because all the leaves had fallen off the tree and the tree is naked. There's no leaves on that tree keeping it warm. And we can also see that they've got lots and lots on. Jumpers and wellies and a coat. Fantastic. One made a posy. In winter, you're crazy. But look, seeds, dried weeds, briny vine and an old man's beard. I want you to look very carefully at all the bushes in the winter and how they look. Things die in the winter because there's not enough sunlight for them. And one counted hungry birds. How many could he see? Birds in winter take what they can find. Berries, husks, seeds and rinds. All the pickings the year leaves behind. It's very difficult for some animals in the winter to get enough food. Can you remember in our last story why the bear hibernated? The story that we looked at before Christmas. Why did he hibernate? Do you remember he hibernated because there wasn't enough food for him to survive through the long cold winter? So his heartbeat slowed right down and he went into hibernation. Well, lots of birds struggle in the winter to find enough food, and that's why we try to give them food. We try to help them. One stroked a rough back. How now, brown cow? Even a cow wears a sensible winter coat just now. That's good, isn't it? Even the cow has got a thick winter coat to keep him warm in this cold weather. He does look cosy. 3 came to a hedge. 2 said, "Oh, come on, there's nothing there." But 1 stopped to stare. Not at the bottom, not at the middle, but at the top. Was that a sock or a shoe or what? Now look very carefully in the tree. Can you see something at the top? Very similar to my garden. I wonder what it could be. Take a stick, quick, carefully mind. Oh, what a find! A brown knitted bear. You see him right at the top of that tree. Exactly the same as what happened in my garden today. Knitted with care, a bit damp, a bit leafy, in need of repair, but still an excellent bear. Hey, 2 came back. What have you there? Good heavens, a bear. They've taken it home. That's a nice thing to do. Home to the warm, home to the cosy. So 4 ran home. That's 3. And the bear, 1 more. Crying, "Mum, Mum, here's a bear in the winter with nothing to wear. He must have something on." two found some oddments they thought would do. One dried him off with a tissue or two, and together they dressed him and set him with care on a round brown cushion in the best armchair. So they have thought very carefully about what he needs to wear this winter. And they have looked in their drawers, in their house, and I think they found a blanket and maybe a t-shirt that might fit. Now look at this very carefully, because I'm about to ask you to do exactly the same. These children have gone up to their bedroom to think about what they could give the bear to wear, because in the winter we need lots and lots of layers to keep warm. A warm, friendly place for a cold winter bear. I wonder how he hurt his arm. That's very clever that they've put a bandage on him. So that was my story that made me think about Peppa Pig. That made me think, oh, I know a story about that. It's science. We are learning about the seasons. We are doing a little bit on winter. So what I'd like you to do now is to have a go at finding a bear. It might not be a bear, it might be a doll. And trying to think of all the things you could give it for a warm, cosy winter's day. So can you go up to your bedrooms and look carefully for hats and gloves and scarves, maybe a blanket. I'd like you to make a den or a bed, or just get it dressed. And how many layers have you used? The reason we wear layers is because the air moves from one warm place to colder places. So it's colder outside, and the air, the warm air, is trying to get to the colder place. And I'm trapping it. I'm stopping it from going because I want it to keep me warm. So I'm wearing a scarf to trap the air around my neck and keep me warm. I'm wearing a thick coat to trap the air around my body and keep me warm. I'm wearing thick socks to trap the warm air around my feet and keep my feet warm. Most people wear a hat as well because we lose a lot of heat from our heads, and the hat keeps it all in. We're trapping it. So I'd like you to think about that. The grown-up word, for some of you that are definitely ready because you're so clever, is insulation. We are insulating ourselves by wearing lots of layers. So your job now is to find a bear and make it warm for winter. Okay? Good luck.